Welcome to the First History. I'm so glad you're here today. If you're watching this channel for the first time, you're highly welcome. Today we would be looking at the story of Grigori Rasputin. Take a deep breath and sit back and let's see what the story of Grigori Rasputin is all about. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Let's begin. In the winter of 1916, a group of Russian nobles committed a murder they believed would save an empire. They poisoned a man. He didn't die. They shot him. He still didn't die. They shot him again. And according to legend, he kept moving. Who was this man? He wasn't a king. He wasn't a general. He held no official government position. Yet some believed he controlled the most powerful family in Russia. His name was Grigori Rasputin, and his story may have helped bring down an empire. Rasputin was born in a small Siberian village in 1869. He had little education, no wealth, and no political influence. By every measure, he should have lived and died as an ordinary peasant. But something about him was different. People described him as strangely charismatic. Some saw him as a holy man. Others called him a fraud. As stories of his spiritual powers spread across Russia, Rasputin began attracting followers from every level of society. Eventually, rumors of his abilities reached the royal court itself, and that changed everything. At the time, Russia was ruled by Tsar Nicholas II. Behind the palace walls, however, the royal family was hiding a dangerous secret. Their son, Alexei, suffered from hemophilia, a disease that prevented blood from clotting properly. A minor injury could become life-threatening. Doctors seemed powerless. Then Rasputin arrived. For reasons historians still debate, Alexei's condition often improved after Rasputin's visits. The grateful royal family became convinced that he possessed a special gift. Soon, Rasputin had something few men in history ever achieve: direct access to the rulers of an empire. As World War I devastated Russia, Rasputin's influence grew. Government officials feared him. Nobles despised him. Rumors spread that ministers were being appointed based on his advice. Many Russians began to believe that while the Tsar wore the crown, Rasputin was the one pulling the strings. Newspapers attacked him. Political enemies plotted against him. The more people tried to remove him, the more powerful he seemed to become. To his supporters, he was a holy healer. To his enemies, he was the most dangerous man in Russia. Either way, everyone was talking about him. On a freezing December night in 1916, a group of aristocrats decided they had seen enough. They invited Rasputin to a palace. What happened next became one of history's greatest mysteries. According to the famous story, poison failed, bullets failed. And only after repeated attacks did Rasputin finally die. Some details were likely exaggerated over time, but one fact remains certain. The men who killed Rasputin believed they were saving Russia. Instead, they may have accelerated its collapse. Just months after Rasputin's death, the Russian Empire fell. The Tsar lost his throne. The royal family was eventually executed, and centuries of imperial rule came to an end. Rasputin never wore a crown. He never commanded an army. Yet his influence reached the very heart of an empire. Which raises a fascinating question. How much power does a person truly need to change the course of history?